Hey, what's up, guys? B-Lam here, and I feel that this is definitely a video that I should make and something that I should address, considering that Smash is one of the main things that I cover on the channel, and it's something that I love as well. I feel that it's definitely appropriate for me to acknowledge this, and of course, many of you already know what's going on, but for those of you that don't know, because there's definitely some people that are watching that aren't really aware, let me quickly bring you up to speed. So in the Smash Brothers Melee community, there is a tournament called Big House online that was going to be run this December, and of course, it's going to be online. Due to the pandemic and due to social distancing and the number of cases in the U.S. and honestly, the situation worsening over time, despite a vaccine coming soon, which should help. But regardless, it's still going to be online and or it was going to be online until Nintendo stepped in and shut down the event due to the usage of Slippy. Now, Slippy is a mod which allows Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee, to be played online with rollback netcode. And what rollback netcode does, it basically is the closest thing to simulating offline gameplay. And Nintendo just did not approve of that and just shut down the event. And they released a statement providing more detail as to why they did so. And when you boil it down, the main reason they did it, at least according to the statement, is because of their intellectual properties. They want to make sure that their intellectual properties were protected, and they also say that they cannot condone or allow piracy of its intellectual property. So I feel that that statement is really kind of BS, to be honest, because honestly, if you keep up with the Smash community, you know that the main reason why Slippy was created, it was done by pretty much one guy. He quit his job in order to, basically kind of do something for the community, especially during this time. And it was done out of love for the game. The main reason why he implemented rollback netcode for online gameplay for Melee was to basically give to the community, and it was out of passion for the game. And this is something that has made the community thrive throughout the past number of months. And it was something that the community appreciated. And the reason why, we use Slippy, and the reason why we use, Dolphin emulation in combination with Slippy, which is a mod for the Dolphin emulator, is because of love for the game. There really is nothing to protect. We're not trying to defame Nintendo. The Melee community, by playing the game, is not trying to demoralize Nintendo or make them look bad. It's just, like an optimal way of doing so. And emulation is completely legal in the United States. It's completely fair to emulate video games, at least in the United States, at least from the information that I saw. And it just is very archaic and backwards of Nintendo to make this decision. I really am trying to come up with a reason as to, a true reason to why they would do so. I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar company, and this is for a game that is nearly 2 decades old. It's not being sold in stores anymore. And they say also in their statement that that Smash Brothers Melee, running on Slippy, requires use of illegally copied versions of the game, which isn't true. It's completely legal. Like I said earlier, emulation is completely legal, and I really do believe that that the Dolphin emulator, as well as Slippy, was made with legit copies of the game. I mean, you don't need to get a pirated copy of Melee in order to make things run. So it's just a very inaccurate statement, because the main reasons that this is inaccurate is, like I said, one, the community is doing this because of their love for the game, and two, I don't see how piracy comes into this, because since emulation is legal, at least in the United States. I'm not sure about other countries, but in the U.S., I know it is. And it's just it's just disappointing to see. And also, I mean, the reason why online events are happening is for obvious reasons, right? I mean, you can't really gather, at in-person venues for locals, regional tournaments, and let alone nationals and majors. So this is the best that the community has, and rather than Nintendo embracing it and supporting it, and maybe they want to, maybe if they care so much about thriving and having money in their pocket, they could potentially monetize off of this, and instead they just push it away, and it just makes Nintendo look bad as a company because you have these people that are embracing the product that Nintendo has put out and making something new out of it. In a way, it's like Nintendo is squashing creativity from the people that make this happen, from people that make netplay happen, make Slippy happen, make online events happen. The same thing goes for the companies and for the organizers that make these events happen, that are trying to help the Melee community during this really tough time. And I feel that it's something that the community deserves and that the community really needs right now because, um, for players, for organizers, for TOs, for the companies that run them, this is the best that they can do for them to survive, for Melee to thrive, and for this, for this competitive game, for this really awesome, hype competitive game, to really thrive. I mean, I'm not really much of a Melee player. The first time that I played Melee was only a few years ago, but I could definitely say that it's definitely a game that deserves the recognition it's getting, and it's worthy of the community that it has because of the memories that it brings to so many people and the moments that it brings to so many people. And it just doesn't seem that Nintendo has nothing to gain from this. Like, why would, like, it doesn't benefit anyone for them to push it, for them just to cancel this event, for the Melee community and for them to participate in. So, Nintendo, what's going on? I mean, I really do feel that Nintendo can make a solution to this. Like, you know, rather than just saying no to, like, using their software in these really creative ways and these perfectly legal ways as well, because again, the community is not trying to put Nintendo down. They're not trying to demoralize Nintendo or to make them look bad. They're trying to enhance it and make this nearly 2 decade old game playable in the modern era and have moments that people can cherish and participate in during this time. And I really do hope that Nintendo listens and really sees that we're not trying to destroy you. We're not trying to put up the middle finger to you by making these events happen. This is what the Melee community has right now. And this is what they can do. This is how, these different companies that run these events, that normally run offline events that have to run online, that's the way that the community has to thrive during this time, you know? And that's how a number of people, go about their day and go about their lives. That's how they make their livelihoods. That's how they make things going. That's how they run business, with these offline events. They have to do online, and Nintendo is saying, nope, you can't thrive off of this. You can't profit off of this. You can't do what you would usually do in a different way now. You know, because these businesses are trying to adapt. These players are trying to adapt. The TOs, the organizers, the officials, everyone that's behind the scenes are trying to adapt to the situation, and Nintendo's just saying no. So it really is disappointing to see, and it's perfectly legal too. The only reason I see this is because maybe Nintendo thinks that it's illegal to do this, but it's not illegal at all. It's perfectly legal, and they're doing it out of love for the game. So if you're watching this video, if you love Smash Brothers, even if you don't play Melee, please go ahead and support the Melee community because they are a super passionate community. I mean, look at Melee. It's survived nearly 2 decades, and people are still playing it. And why? It's because they love the game. And especially now more than ever, where people that run offline events and attend offline events, and how like events usually are doing well during normal times, that can't happen. Business can't happen for the people that rely on that sort of thing, that sort of business. They rely on these events, and now they have to adapt and change, but Nintendo is just not embracing that. So please go on Twitter, go on social media, make your voice heard, especially if you love Super Smash Brothers. I would consider myself more of an Ultimate player, even though I really don't play competitively anymore. Of course, Ultimate is the main thing that I cover on the channel in terms of Smash content, but still, don't be an outsider. The one thing that Melee players and players of other Smash games have in common, we all love Super Smash Brothers. We all love Smash Brothers, and we're all passionate about the game. So we are a family, no matter which Smash game you play. And really, the Melee community deserves this. They deserve a W. They don't deserve to be shut down, because they love the game that they love. Like the community shouldn't get shut down because of this intense love for the game that they're doing, and them trying to do their best to thrive and to you know to exist and to do well, as a community during these times. So, for the Melee players out there, I really do hope that you guys get your W and that you guys win this fight with Nintendo, because right now it's not really making complete sense with what Nintendo's up to and with what they're doing. It's very archaic and very backwards of Nintendo. Just like with the hashtag Fix Ultimate online, we got our voices heard for that, and now online is at least attempt. I mean, at least there's an attempt to improve online and Ultimate. The same thing can happen with hashtag Free Melee. So just like with that, just like with Evo as well, in 2013, with that game almost being booted out of that competition, people made their voices heard then. I don't see why people can do it now. So again, if you love Smash Brothers, support the Melee community, go on social media and make your voice heard with the hashtag Free Melee. If you guys got anything out of this video, please be sure to hit the like button to let me know that I did a good job with getting the message across. Subscribe to the channel for more content and ring the bell so you never miss out on my uploads. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Take care, have a blessed day, and hashtag Free Melee.